Welcome to Inside the Soundwave Internet TV Show, live from the beaches of Indian, Florida, where all of your local musicians get to tell their music story, from the beginning to the present. And now, here's your host, Mr. Soundwave.
We're up! Inside the Soundwave Internet TV Show, the show number 32. Anniversary show. Right here, Indian, Florida, on the beach. I'm looking right at you, but on the other side of that screen, and over there is the beach. Beautiful Florida. 32 shows tonight. Dating back from September 20th, 1932. No. Dating September 20th, 2012. With the first show. Brevard musicians, Brevard people all over the place. Musicians all over the place. We're lovers. We're music lovers. We're not haters. This is ISW Recording Studio and Soundstage Theater Company and TV Studio. I'm going to start off with the first show with my good friend, Mr. Ron Caddy. Show number 1, September 20th, 2012. Love this guy. What did you exactly pick up and start playing first?
I'm Italian. So when you're Italian...
It's a mandolin?
Almost. It's somewhere written in the laws that when you have an Italian young man child, you must torture them with the accordion. It's the truth. Torture them with the accordion. I hated it. I still have the darn accordion to this day, and I still, when I hear the sound of it, I go, you know, I'm not a Weird Al Yankovic fan.
You started playing the accordion
4
first.
years old. And
Four?
And my father, who had the accordion since he was 16 from Italy, they put this thing in my lap, which was probably bigger than me, and I had to play the accordion. They didn't even give me a concertina, which is nice and easy. No, this monster. So I played that for a couple of years until finally I cried enough that they left me alone.
You took lessons for how many years?
I took lessons by a man named Joe Bovey.
Back, Mr. Ron Caddy. Thank you, Ron. We love you. We haven't seen you in a while. We want you to come by and say hi. Why? Because you're a music lover. ISW family. Thanks, Ron, for being on the first show. Reason why you were on the first show is because you feel like my brother. Thanks, Bob. Thank you, Ron. Boy, I tell you what, I've been doing this. We've been doing this show for the last hour and a half. And we're doing it again. No, we're having fun here tonight at the Soundstage Theater. Doing show number 32. Okay? That ain't funny. No, good. Kenny Cohen, show number 2, September 27, 2012. Kenny Cohen, class act. One of the best in Brevard. Watch Kenny do his solo on the saxophone, stuck in the corner upstairs when we were in at the smaller studio at the time. Now we're in the big, huge studio downstairs. We're Studio A, Studio B. Over there is another studio. Well, anyway, watch Kenny Cohen do the sax. We love this guy. Here's Kenny. I'm up. Thank you, Kenny Cohen, premier sax player right here, saxophone player right here in Brevard County. We love you, Kenny. Miss you too. Come on by. Miss all the guys. Show number 3, October 4th, 2012. Premier bass player, Brevard County, David Pastorius. Blazing David. Came and did a great show, played in the recording studio upstairs. Watch David play this bass solo where he just comes with these things in his head and he just plays. Watch David. David Pastorius for being on the show back on show number 3. Show number 3, Dave came right here and did it for us. Hell of a musician, man. October 11th, one of our recording musicians, one of our stand-ins, one of our friends, another music lover, John Aiello. We love John. John came and did a show. Why? Because he's a good musician and he plays multiple things, and he's a good singer too, with the Pool Boys. All right? Here's John Aiello. He's going to talk about something that we all love. He's going to talk about a song called that involves a blow-up doll, rather. Blow-up doll. John, we still laugh about this song, and someday you're going to make a fortune on it. Here's
happening to me. Well, I couldn't come up with a girl because there isn't any. There's no live person. So I decided to come up with an imaginary girl, or a girl that is somebody that is not going to give you the same problems that you've had in the past. She's somebody that, you know, is always going to be there for you, and she's always going to be right where you left her. And I just thought, you know, it could be, I mean, it's a very strange, you know, people think, you know, it's funny and everything, but I'm not trying to be funny. It's more like a guy who is probably emotionally, you know, just got, you know, your guts are ripped out sometimes, you know, going through relationships. And in this case, it's like a love song to a perfection.
Thank you, John, for being here at ISW and being on show number 4. He's a hell of a guy. We love you, John. We miss you. I know you've been busy doing your school teaching, and that's a good thing. I know you're right here beachside, too, so come on over and say hey to us again, because we miss you. Okay, show number 5, October 18th, 2012. The famous shredder, guitar shredder, Jack Starr. Jack came over and did a show. This is 5 streets from me, over here beachside. I think he's over in New York and on his way over to Belgium to do a concert, do some stuff. Jack's a hell of a guitar player. We were fortunate to have him here do some recording and come on the show and shred a guitar and even make it sound like a violin for us. Well, Jack, here you go. Watch this video clip of Jack doing his guitar solo upstairs in the recording studio. All right, Mr. Jack Starr. Tearing it up, man. That guy's great. I'll tell you, we're fortunate to have him here. Somebody as good as him or been around the world. Thank you, Jack, for being on the show. And I know you're coming back this month of May 2013. You were here the other night, C13 Below, and we were glad to see you. And I'm glad to hear you're coming back to do another show with us this month. Jack Starr. October 25th, show number 6. The music man himself. Florida Discount Music, Mike Della Chapa. My buddy, Mike. Open Mike's Lounge over in the store. Great music store. Great guy. Great musician. We were doing all the hands because we're Italian. So Mike and I were doing the hands. So let's listen to Mike talk about the store a little bit on his clip, show clip. All right, we're back. Mike Della Chapa. Great guy, great store, great musician. Thanks, Mike, for being part of the ISW music show family. We are music lovers, not haters. That's ISW. Okay. Next show, November 1st. Show number 7th. The 7th show. Dave Chapman, bass player. Great guy, right from here in Brevard. Came by just not too long ago with his double neck Rickenbacker guitar, bass guitar. Dave's going to talk about his influences that got him started. Show number 7, October 1st, 2012. Dave Chapman. Influenced with Geddy Lee and Rush. And he said, this is where I'm going to take bass. How old were you?
17, I think.
17 in Brevard, in Rockledge.
Correct.
17 years old in Rockledge. Heard Rush, heard Geddy, and what was the other Black Sabbath?
Yeah, Terry Butler for Black Sabbath. Chris Squire got turned on to Chris Squire, and he's just from another planet.
And Entwistle.
And John Entwistle. McCartney is another really great bass player.
Yeah,
I like
definitely. Yeah, you can't. You're right.
You know, so there are a lot of guys I could start listening to, and now they're just there's so many guys out there that are just wow, incredible. Colin Edwin for Porcupine Tree is a really good bass player. There's some Sting is a good bass player. He doesn't really get a lot of mention for that.
I think he is.
He's a great bass player. Mike Rutherford for Genesis, another good bass player because he's got a lot to keep up with, with Tony Banks and those guys. So there are a lot of really great guys.
All right, thank you, Dave Chapman, for being on the show. That was show number 7. Thank you, Dave, for coming to the studio and being part of the family, ISW TV studio family, music lovers. Let's get on with show number 8, November 8th. 2 guys, Aaron Dietz, boom. And with Aaron, we had Steve Harvey. Wow, 2 guys right there, man. 2 parts of the group Who Was I? Great drummer, great guitar player. We're going to hear these 2 fellas talk about Who Was I? I believe that's what they're talking about. I thought it was a solo, but it's not a solo. But here's the clip. Watch the 2 of them. Drummer from Who Was I and the Good Old Boys, and I think Steve plays them both too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Tell them about Who Was I? I want them to know right away.
We're an all-original band from Melbourne, Florida.
We've toured with several bands, played with all kinds of major label acts all over the place. Toured in Europe in 2010, and we're going to California in January to do a 3D video. Some of the guys from Paramount Pictures. Got a lot going on right now. We're recording a second record. It's sounding really good. Hopefully we'll have that out by the first of the year.
And while we're there, we're going to NAMM. We're endorsed by Crank Amps, and we're going to go out to the booth and do some demo stuff. So that should be interesting.
Interesting.
Very.
Very good. And what genre is the music you guys play?
It's kind of sort of a progressive metal, if you will. I don't want to label us as something one way or the other. But
so you play. All right, Aaron Dietz, Steve Harvey, Who Was I? Great guys, great musicians. Watch that show. That was November 8th, show number 8, 2012. All right. Next up, two of my favorites, too. Everybody's my favorite. Music lovers. Robin Krasny. I always say it. Robin Krasny. I said it right the first time. And Eddie Fisher. Great. You got to watch this performance they did. They were on show number 9, November 15th, 2012. Loved having them here. Watch the clip. Okay, Robin. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Eddie. We love you guys. I know you're still performing because we see your name here and there. And your beach sign over here, Eddie's not too far from here. Thank you for being on the show. That was show number 9. Watch the show anytime. ISWTVstudio.com. Inside the sound wave. Go down. Pick number. That was show number 9. Pick number 9 and watch the show. That easy. It's free. No smoke-filled rooms. No drugs. No fighting. And no police. Woo, woo. Okay. All right. Show number 10. November 21st. The Turkey Special, I called it, because it was the day before Thanksgiving, the show before Thanksgiving, and there were turkeys running around everywhere. And they were all music-loving turkeys. They weren't hating turkeys. That's right here at ISW. Watch this one. I couldn't get Aaron to do, there was a lot of people on the show, but I picked Aaron Dietz to do the drums solo. I picked that out of the bunch of performers we had here that day because the guy's just phenomenal. Watch Aaron play the drums in the isolation room and the recording studio upstairs. Back, Aaron Dietz blowing it off the roof of the Drum isolation room upstairs at ISW Recording Studio doing his drum solo. Incredible drummer. One of the best. One of the best, definitely. Thanks, Aaron, for being part of the show. All right, up next, show number 11, November 29th, 2012. My best friend, Bob Lambert. All original music. Bob came back, started up with this show right here. Start it going again. Why? Because you can't keep a music lover down like Bob. You can't keep a music composer, songwriter like Bob down. He's a music lover, not a hater. Okay? Watch Bob talk about his first 12-string guitar. Clip from the show. Right here.
I passed by the Florida Cracker Pawn Shop and I see a sign that says Samick 12-string. You know? And I think, oh boy. So I think it was like 129, and I go cruising in there and I asked to see this 12-string, and he goes, oh, you like 12s, do you? And I said, I have no idea. He said, oh, maybe you want to try a 6. So he lays a 6 up on the counter. I ran my finger across the strings. I said, I don't hear nothing. I said, can I see the 12? He laid the 12 up there. I ran my finger across. I said, okay, how do I get this? He said, well, you could buy it. Of course, man. so I asked him, I said, well, what about payments? He said, you can make payments. And I called my wife and I asked her. She says, okay, you can do it. And I was thinking about 3 payments, but I paid that payment right then for it. And then the following week, I had to have that guitar. So I finished paying it off. I took it home, and how proud I was, you know. Here I was with a 12-string.
Thanks, Bob. Big part of ISW Recording Studio is Bob Lambert, one of our most favorite musicians. And I love playing drums for his music. Thanks. We love you, Bob. Okay, show number 12. December 4th, show number 12. John D'Amato came from Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville. Came down here to be part of the show. Why? Because he's one of the best blues guitar player around. And he came down here and did a show with us, and we were honored to have him here. Watched John play a solo in the recording studio upstairs, ISW, with bass player John Aiello, our musician fill-in. Love you. Watch it.
All the things you do, yeah, the things you say, the way you made me feel that day you walked away. All the one sure thing, girl, you got no shame. I gave you all I had, I guess it wasn't enough. I never treated you bad, just looking for some.
I like that. Oh, I'm up. Okay. John D'Amato. Thank you, John. And your crazy man manager. We loved having you here. Thanks for being here, John. We were honored to have you. Hell of a guitar player. Bright future ahead of you, too. Thank you. All right, show number 13. December 6th. Country Western star, T.C. Ridge, right here in Brevard County. T.C. came on the show. T.C.'s been around the studio for a couple of months in the beginning of the year and was helping us out with some of our shows. And he did a great job. Thank you, T.C. You're a hell of a musician, hell of a singer, and a great country star. We're going to watch T.C. talk a little bit about a hat that he wears on the show. Here's the clip.
The one I wear on stage, so anybody see me in concert or in the video to Down Home Country Boy, this is it. Beautiful hats. They sell for, I believe, $45, but it's not your cheap straw hat. It's the real deal of a hat. And also, go see the movie or go rent it, something today, The Hunt. And then I have these not so well put together records are just of TC Ridge. And there's 3 different ones. They're basically EPs. And I don't know if you can hold them all up at once there, but
Hold those two up.
if I can find them. But this is them, and there's different
There they are.
different stuff. And if you go to
Excellent.
Facebook, go to facebook.com/TC_Ridge. Write to me, tell me you'd like to have them, and they're $5 a piece plus shipping and handling if you want to get them. And
Awesome.
they're not produced by any label. It's this.
Thank you, TC, for being here, for being on the show, for being part of the ISW Music Lovers. Thanks for being around the studio and helping us out here. And it's a privilege and an honor. TC Ridge. Show number 14. We're going to thumb that one because we don't get into craziness and we don't get into guns. We get into music. We're music lovers, not gun haters or gun lovers. We're music lovers. So let's get on to show number 15, December 20th. Shane Wooten, Ocala, Florida. Country, great fella, great musician, good singer, up and coming. He Skyped in right here on the show. Thanks, Shane. We're going to see Shane talk about his show. Here's a show clip from Shane Wooten.
Where as an artist I get to play songs that you don't hear over and over and give commentary and just have a good time. And then I was very fortunate about a year and a half ago to be asked by the ACMC out of Nashville to be the host of the American Country Music Chart Weekly Top 40. Wow. And I've been doing that now for about a year and a half, so it's been an honor and a privilege to represent country music in the modern day.
Excellent. That's really good. Tell them where they can tune in on your radio station.
You can check out 102.3 if you're in northeastern, north central Florida. It covers about 31 counties. But you can go on WTRS.FM. That's WTRS.FM, and it streams live worldwide.
Wow, cool. That's really... How long you been doing that?
I've been doing it about a couple of years. Nick and I did an acoustic show. We opened up for Josh Grayson here.
Shane Wooten. Thank you, Shane, for being on the show. That was back in December 20th, just before Christmas. Show number 15, you can watch Shane. He's going to be doing a lot of touring with the Bellamy Brothers, I believe. So we're maybe not doing the studio work at their studio. Shane Wooten. Thanks, Shane, for being part of the ISW music family. Next show was January 10th, 2013, show number 16. Billy Chapman, right over here. Melbourne Beach, Melbourne. Billy's fantastic. I think he's playing down the road tonight, tomorrow night, one of these nights just down the road. Check Billy Chapman out. Love the guy. Came over, did a show with us. Did a live performance in the ISW recording studio. Here's Billy doing one of his live performances right here at the studio. Watch the show clip.
Drinking pints and making comments in the evening at a party, and I'm talking of the life I've had. I was a newsman with the radio, and in my youth said, don't you know I was quite the lad. I could have wept two of you back in the days, my friend. You should have seen the sky so blue back in the days, my friend. I remember horse-drawn fire trucks and parties on the aqueducts and how we used to sing and play. In the big war, everybody pulled together. Me and Scotty joined, we kissed our wives and marched away. Said we were strong and we were true back in the days, my friend.
Billy Chapman. All right, Billy, thanks for coming on and being on the show. And that was beginning of the year, January 10th, show number 16. Watch that show. That's a great show. Billy's quite a musician, plays over in Orlando, one of the very few that has a steady gig, I believe, at the Hard Rock Cafe. Billy Chapman. Next up, January 17th, show number 17, Spanx. Wow, what a Brevard band these three guys are. Tremendous band. Love this band. Love the guys. Thank you guys for coming on the show. All three. It's a great interview. They went over into the ISW recording studio, and they did some stuff. Watch, when I asked them, how did you guys get started? How did this Spanx get started? Here's a clip. Spanx Band. Well, no, wait a minute now. You've been 7 years.
Right.
That's 7 years.
Right. Mike and I are close to 20.
20
Almost
there.
20 years.
So about when? 1980s?
91.
91?
Yeah, something like that must be.
No,
Around-
91's
must be.
when I
Must
moved
have
here.
the 80s. It was late 80s.
Well, that would be over 20 years then.
Yeah, I moved here in 91.
Go back and check my tax records and see exactly when I joined the band.
Something like 95, 96.
1099's there, right. So
the two of you got together then?
Yeah, well, Spank was already going at the time,
Right.
and he came.
I joined the band.
Joined the
You
band.
brought the guitar in.
Right.
And who else was playing with the band?
Richard Treverton was playing bass, and Paula Sampson was singing with us.
Local
at the
singer,
time.
Paula Sampson, yeah.
And he came to rehearsal, and she quit, and then. And then we went through a whole bunch of singers. I mean,
I'm up. We're back. Spanx Band. Incredible group. All around Brevard. Been around a while. And polished. Great three guys. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of the TV show Music Lovers. January 24th, show number 18, Signal. Boy, these guys were good too. Awesome. Good interview. Good show. Went into the ISW recording studio next to the TV studio, because we're downstairs now in a big facility. The recording studio is still upstairs. And they performed a song. We're going to watch Signal do some of their performance in the studio in between the sets of the show. Watch this clip.
Oh, how my lover loves to lie, say not lie, love a lie. Oh, how my lover loves to lie to me.
Good band, Signal, on the show. They were on the show on the 17th, show number 17th of January, show number 17. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You are awesome. Good interview, too. Show number 19, January 31st, 2013. The one and only Bruce Marion from Marion Music. Bruce from Swamp Fox came on the show. That was a lot of fun with Bruce, because we love Bruce. He's one of our sponsors, too. Thank you, Bruce, for coming on the show. And thank you for the really crazy, wild performance you did in the studio. Here's Bruce Marion. Watch the clip. Bruce picking that mandolin. Bruce having a lot of fun on the show. We love Bruce. I'll be down the store again to see you next week, Bruce. Great music store, too. Marion Music. And the band of Swamp Fox. Did a Kenny D's thing, open mic. Southside Junction went down there and did some music on one of the breaks on their open mic. Swamp Fox. Thanks, Bruce. We love you. Next up on the show, my man, Mr. Todd Taylor. Todd Taylor, the banjo man of the world, fastest Guinness Book banjo player. And came all the way down from Nashville and Spartansburg, South Carolina, to be on the show. Spent 2 days on the beach here with us. Came on the show, and he has done so much for ISW that I'm going to always love this guy. He'll be back again soon. He was on the show, and we're going to do 2 clips because this man has done a lot for us, and we love him. Thank you, Todd. Let's watch the first clip. And I believe the first clip was his performance. Back. Todd Taylor, show clip number 2 for Todd, because he gave the studio something really nice. Watch the show clip of Todd Taylor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What you're giving the studio?
It's for Wheat Hole. They're going to hang that up in the studio in the bathroom. That way it keeps the flies out and all. Yeah. Was that it, please? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to play it on
Tell
the
them
record
what that
player.
is. Yeah, you can play it. Wonder what artist would be on there if you played it.
It better be you.
You know, I was talking. You know, seriously, all joking aside, I was talking to a guy one day. I asked him about those. He said, yeah. He said what they do is they use just records, any records they get, the companies that manufacture those, and who knows who it is, and there's some kind of gold plating, some kind of process that they do to do that. But it ain't actually the actual album. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's pretty neat. But it looks like it would play.
Yeah.
So that's Rick Dees,
Yeah,
right?
Rick Dees Worldwide Top 40. Yeah.
And what did you get this for again?
First person taking a banjo. Yeah, and you know that product sold a
Todd Taylor, thank you, Todd, for being on the show. Thank you for everything you've done for ISW. We are here for you also, Todd. Thank you. Hope to see you real soon. I think we will. Todd Taylor. Check out all his stuff on the internet. Incredible banjo player, great person, music lover. All right. Let's get on with show number 21. Valentine's Day, January 14th through 2013, Mr. Johnny Fever and his band. We are going to show you a clip of Johnny playing in the ISW recording studio between the show sets, and we're going to show you 3 of the main band members. We won't show you me playing drums or anything in this. Watch the show. It's a great clip. Watch this clip.
All right, here we go. We'll do a little bit of Bob Dylan to start out anyway.
I'm up. Johnny Fever. And Derek was playing keyboards. And that's one hell of a bass player. If my memory could remember what his name was, maybe you could write in a comment on Facebook. Oh, Facebook. Never mind. Anyways, thank you, Johnny, for coming on the show. You are definitely one of the best in Brevard County, and we really thank you for taking time out to be here with us. We do love you. Stop by, okay? Show number 22, February 21st, 2013. One of the best guitar players, Russ Kellum. Thank you, Russ, for coming on the show, taking time off from work and doing the show. And we know we had you here for quite a while with Paul Ill and Michael Wright and Austin Pettit and Kenny Clark and Kenny Cohen. Thank you, Russ, for being on the show. Here's Russ doing a live performance in between the sets of his show. And that was, like I said, show number 22, February 21st of this year. Here's Russ.
It's really over. You made your stand. You got me crying. This was your plan. But when my loneliness is through, I'm gonna find another you. You take your sweaters, you take your time. You might have your reasons, never have my right.
Am I up? Oh, we're back. Okay. Thanks, Russ. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for being a friend. We'll be seeing you and Pam here hopefully shortly. I know Pam's coming on Sheila's show. So thanks, Russ. Thanks for being a friend, being a music lover, ISW. Show number 23, February 28th of this year. Two wild, crazy guys, Darren Fox and Stoey from Who Was I. Another two of the part of the band. We had moved upstairs. We had come from upstairs to downstairs in the big studio. And they were the first ones in Studio B next door. And crazy show. We love Stoey. Stoey's going to talk about running sound. Watch this show clip.
The other guys aren't so serious. I don't care what y'all say.
Wait a minute, no,
I get
come on.
serious. I'm freaking out until the first chords are played and it sounds good and everything's functioning at least
properly, right?
At least 95%.
Every show to this day, I get
It's gotta be
butterflies.
95.
I get butterflies
Until
every
that
show.
point, I am stressed. You know.
Are you really?
Oh yeah. And it's not so much a performance because I know I got that. I got the performance. I can play it, but it's the technical end of it that I get stressed out about. That's just me personally.
Yeah, but you got a good man out there. Don't you have a good fellow out there that's helping you with the setup and sound?
At this point, we really haven't found somebody we're confident enough with.
Yeah.
So
we're
I
confident.
handle
We're
it.
confident with him, and
So
we'd rather
I
have it
handle it.
in-house in our family to do it than somebody that we're not really confident with yet. You know,
But you're playing.
Yep.
So what do you do if something's not tweaked right?
Oh, I got to handle it. Whatever way
and
I
if you
possibly
don't,
can.
he's freaking fired.
All right, Darren Fox and Stoey. Thank you guys for coming on the show. That was February 28th of this year. Show number 23. Love you, Stoey, too. Great guy. What a precious guy he is. Great musician, too. Who Was I? They're playing around. You can catch them. All right, we're going to go to, we had a two-show guy here. March 7th of this year. Show number 24th. Steve Murray. GS Steve. We love Steve. Steve's in the ISW family.
The first performer on the soundstage.
The first performer on the ISW Soundstage Theater. Right here where I'm sitting on the drum throne. No, not that kind of thing. The drum stage. The stage is down there. Anyways, Steve Murray, GS Teaser. We love Steve. Livio Candy. Music All-Stars. Internet TV show. Came in and doing a hell of a job doing his own show now. We love having him here. Watch him rip this guitar up. That's what my engineer just said. Talking in my ear. Watch. All right, that was Steve Murray, our man Steve. March 7th, show number 24, 13,000 viewers on that show. Thank you, Steve. We had to bring him back. I had to bring him back another week. Show number 2, Steve Murray, March 14th of this year. That's not 10,000 viewers, okay? Watch this show. He's going to talk, I believe, about the, I think it's the band, oh no, his house. All right, watch Steve on this.
Music house. You walk in my house, it's music wherever you go. And even outside, I have a stage out in the backyard.
We need to go up there and do the show.
Yeah, we'll have to do, like, we'll have a barbecue. We'll do it like Daryl's house. We'll have a barbecue. We'll have the bands play.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We could bring the cameras and everything, and we can bring them all up there.
And
you've got everything there. All we got to do is bring the cameras.
Yeah. And
that's a good invite.
Okay.
We're going to check that out.
We're going to check this out.
I'm going to take them up on that.
Yeah, once it gets a little warmer.
Wait till it gets that. We're ready, Steve.
All right.
No, you can get everything together.
Or maybe the CD release party. We have something like that.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Three-stage power.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Huh?
Food and a CD release party.
Food and a CD release party. There we go. That's a great idea.
A big Florida.
Steve Murray with the stage in his backyard. Yes, we'll be doing a show from Steve's house very shortly. We're going to take the whole crew over there and have a big barbecue, and we're going to stream it live on the internet and make a show out of it. Thank you, Steve. We love you, guy. Thank you, JD, too. Try to get past JD. Not going to happen, right? All right, thanks, Steve. All right, next show, March 21st. Show number 26. Christopher Megdalski. Great guy. Guitarist for the band Earn. And local musician right here, I think at Port St. John, I believe. Somewhere's around. Yeah, Port St. John. Watch this clip of Christopher. Name of that band? I mean, you're just a young guy in the 80s.
Well, I jammed with friends, and we never really established ourselves, so we didn't make a name. But the first cover band I played with was Stress Factor, with Sean Lowe, Mike Minikis, and...
Where was that?
That was in Titusville. Actually, Mims area.
Brevard.
Yeah, North Brevard. And we
Barely,
played top...
It's North Brevard.
Yeah. It's a little
I'm
bit,
kidding. It's way up.
It's off the grid.
Yeah, it's almost Volusia, but
and
we count it.
We played top 40 covers like Pearl Jam and Kiss and quite a few other normal stuff that you hear on the radio. And I just got more interested in...
Were you a teenager?
Yeah, about 18, 19. And that's when I got my first 7-string guitar, was about that time in 1995. And that's what got me more interested in metal, even more interested. And I started pursuing original stuff. And
we're back. Christopher Megdalski. Great guy, great guitarist, great band, Earn. Thanks for being on the show, Christopher. We love you. Thanks for being part of the ISW Music Lovers. All right, show number 27, March 28th, Zen 4.0. Serge and Sheila, Patrick and Joan have become part of the ISW Music Lovers. They will be here a lot at the studio. So I was honored to have them here on the show, and I was honored to have them on the Sound Stage concert series, the theater concert series. I think they were show number 2. GS Teaser was show number 1. Here is Zen, and they're going to talk about Sheila's first bass guitar. If you want to watch any of their performances, just go to iswtvstudio.com, and you'll see Zen on there on the Soundstage Theater, and you'll see Zen in a couple other places playing live too. On my show, actually. It was on the show. It was March 28th, show number 27. Watch Zen. Watch the show clip.
Sheila has a history, her family has a history of being very musical. And she had sung quite a bit prior to meeting me, karaoke and in different situations. And I heard her sing, and I knew she could sing. Mm-hmm. And she told me a story one time that her biological dad said that the sexiest thing for a guy is to have a female bass player standing alongside of him. So one Christmas, I just got her a bass, and she took to it, just as
he bought me a Mel Bay book with the DVD.
Yeah.
Then he went off to Iraq and told me when he got back I better not still be playing like a girl.
Something like girl in quotes.
That wasn't the exact word he used. No.
But she has great focus, and I could see right away that when we were jamming together that she could play her lines irrespective of what I was doing. So I could see she had the focus and the voice, and she's got very good ears too, mm-hmm. which I noticed right away. So it was just a natural, and it just took right off. It's really good. I'm really lucky to have Sheila to be working with. She's got a lot going for her.
There you go. See, the band I played with back then, we were a trio with a female bass player, Julie Baker.
Oh.
So I played quite a few years with a trio, and we all sang,
mm-hmm.
and she played bass, and so I'm used to having a bass player
nice.
as female. Excellent bass players.
Yeah,
and
nice.
And you're great too.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Sing and play bass?
Yeah, it's a very schizophrenic thing to do. Because you're kind of playing the harmony. You're playing the harmony, and you're singing the melody. So it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a collision there.
But.
All right. Thank you, Zen 4.0, for being on the show. You were awesome. Thank you, Serge, Sheila, Joan, Patrick. Power, boy. I love that band. I love all of them. Part of the ISW music family. Lovers. They'll be around. They'll be around more. Watch Sheila's show too. The Florida Rock Femmes Live Internet TV show. ISWTVstudio.com. ISWMusicStore.com. Go there. Watch the shows. All right. April 4th of this year. Show number 28. The voice of Mr. Jim Griffin. Great guy, great voice, great musician. We had a really lot of fun on that show. Thanks, Jim, for coming on the show, and thank you, Karen, for coming along. It was a great show. And Jim's going to talk about his influences. Watch this show clip. And I'm back. Thank you, Jim, for being on the show. Thank you. We had a lot of fun. Watch that show. That's April 4th. Show number 28. Jim Griffin, vocalist, guitarist. Had Chris Rivas with him on the show. Chris, you're great, too. We love you, too, here at ISW. Brevard specialists. All these people, specialists, music specialists. We love y'all. Music lovers, not haters. We don't need we have too much hate going on around the world. And it's creeping around all over the place. Could be around here, right here in Brevard. Music lovers, ISW Studios. Okay? All right, let's do the next band. April 11th, show number 29, Raising the Roof with Fun Pipe. Wow, what a band. When they played live on the show, I was jumping. I couldn't, my feet were going. We had Paul, Mark, John, and Sammy Hill played drums that night for them right here at ISW, right on the soundstage right here. Fun Pipe. Thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you. It'll be at Coconuts, I believe, this weekend. All right, here we go with Fun Pipe, and here's part of their performance on the show. We're back. Thank you. Thank you, Fun Pipe. Guys rock. Great band. Be seeing you again. Fun Pipe. All right, April 18th, show number 30, the one and only Bob Lambert and Southside Junction Band. All original music from Bob Lambert. The man is composing, and the band is trying to keep up with Bob and his composing. Incredible. Incredible band. We don't have a clip of the band, but I tell you what, if you go on to iswtvstudio.com and watch the Soundstage Theater concert series, there'll be week number 3, show number 3. You'll get 2 hours of the Southside Junction Band. And incredible music, Mr. Lambert writes, and he is a major part of ISW right there. ISW Recording Studio, Soundstage Theater, and TV. Thanks, Bob. We love you here for all you've done. And thank you for a hell of a job you did at the Rock Prison, too. Thank you. That was Southside Junction with Bob Lambert. Now we're going to go to show number 31 last week, April 25th. Orlando Megabomb Band, 13 Below. What a time we had with them that night. I was worn out by the time we left this place. Great band. We had Jack Starr here. We had, Mr. Boggs. He's here a lot too. Thank you. I think it's Scott Boggs. BrevardMusicLover.com. We had a lot of people here that night, and the place was rocking with this band. Great show, great interview. Now watch a clip, I believe. No, they're going to talk about their CD promo. Got to get that CD, man. These guys are hot. And she can sing. Watch this show clip. Got a chipmunk in my ear. Okay, there's the CD, 13 Below. If you just watch the performance, during our center part of the show, you got to see them play how many? Four songs.
4 songs.
4 songs.
Yeah, the very first song, though.
There it is. Look at that.
So the very first song's off the new album.
Yeah.
Okay?
The very first song is off.
Faded
the new,
Memories.
They can hear
It's
you.
not on the CD
Yeah.
yet. So
That's our first album where.
That's
the first album
you guys get to hear it. Yeah.
First song.
There's a preamp too.
It's Over Now.
Mhm.
Right?
It's Over Now it's on this first album.
The first one we played live tonight was Faded Memories, which is our new single off our next album.
Off our next album.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow. Where's the mic? You got the mic?
Yes, I do.
All
Sorry.
right. Tell them about that again. It's off the first song off of the.
Well, the first song we did was Faded Memories, which Kenny and we all collaborated here and put the song out actually pretty quickly. But it's coming off onto the new CD that will probably be later in the fall, probably somewhere after we put the video out. So.
13 Below, Orlando, Florida, Central Florida, rocking their asses off. What a band. What a time we had. Check that out. That was the last show, April 25th, show number 31. This was show number 32. Over 500,000 viewers. We're blessed to be able to do this. Never mind reading it and looking at a piece of paper and not getting anything out of that piece of paper, but misquotes and whatever else could be wrong with a writer. You can watch it right here. Watch them live right here. Live, and then you can watch it for all the times you want on the internet. ISWTVstudio.com, ISWmusicstore.com, and InsideTheSoundwave.com. Live. Not paper. Live. Real viewers, not a circulation. Thank you for watching 32 shows of Inside the Soundwave. We'll be back for many more. I got a surprise guest for you next week. You really will be surprised. I am not going to say anything, but check Facebook out and I'll tell you who it will be shortly. All right? Thanks for watching. God bless from Indialantic, Florida, and the ISW Soundstage Theater, InsideTheSoundwave.com. Music lovers, big family, no haters. God bless. See you next week.